Yeah, I just recently bought this 2024 KTM 690 SMC R. I did all the mods you could possibly do on it for performance, for looks, everything. I did a full build series on it. If you want to go check the bike build series on this bike, link is in the top right corner. But I've had this bike for some time now, did all the mods, but I'm going to tell you there's something that I absolutely hate about this bike and some other really bad things about this bike.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
If you want to get my gear like this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet, motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep you safe, all of my gear, I always include links in the description and comment section of my video. I absolutely love the looks of this bike. I love the performance on this bike. This bike really surprised me with a lot of things. If you want to see some things that nobody talks about with KTM and this bike, I have a link to that video in the top right corner. But I'm going to tell you this, guys, there's something really bad about this bike that I absolutely hate. But I'm going to tell you this, the number one thing that I hate about this bike, okay, and for those of you that own this bike are going to know right off the jump probably, is that you have to cut the traction control off, if you want it off, every freaking time you start the bike. You got to roll it to like, you got to roll it to like 5 miles per hour. Okay, 5 miles per hour. Okay, and now with the light off means that it's actually, the traction control is on every single time. So you have to hold the traction control button here for it to come on. Now, okay, it came on. Now the traction control is off. I didn't even really realize that until a lot of you guys mentioned that. You're like, Psycho Cruiser, you didn't even turn the traction control off. I thought it was off because the freaking light was off. But no, the light, with the light on means it's off. That's whack, man. Come on, KTM. We should be able to cut all the rider aids off. That's one reason why I love my MTL7, because it doesn't have all the stupid rider aids. But I'm telling you, once this bike is modded, this thing rips, man. Oh, man. This thing is absolutely sick, dude. Seriously. Absolutely love this bike. But like I said, I absolutely... Oh, man, you can fly around these corners, boy. Woo! Beautiful, man. And I tell you, if I have some problems where I can't cut the traction control off, because I've heard some people having those problems, where the light won't cut on, and you have problems with the stupid lights on there, I'm going to be ready to get this bike fixed and sell it, man. Seriously, I'm telling you, if I have problems with this bike, I'm fixing it up and I'm selling it. But so far, I had no problems, but I just... Damn, this thing rips, boy. And another thing that I don't like about this bike, never did, even though this is my first time owning this bike, but what I really hated about this bike is that the freaking, it's got a rear fuel tank. So if you loop a wheelie, you're going to end up, it could be a fire hazard where this thing can catch on fire. It can spark the tank. You know, there'll be a spark, obviously, if you flip the bike, because the tank's on the back, catches a spark, and next thing you know, boom, it catches on fire. That actually happened to a motovlogger on YouTube, man. So it's not, that always concerned me. That's, you know, but I tell you one thing about this bike is that I'm not the best at wheelies. I love wheeling and stuff, you know, messing around, but I'm not the wheelie master out here, obviously. But I tell you, it's much easier wheeling on my YZ450 FX than it is on this. This one, like I said, I have... It's weird. It's weird, man. It just feels... I'm not used to it yet. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even done a first service on this bike yet, but... My 450, I could literally, right now, like, I could power wheel it by just cranking up... The throttle, I'm just gonna crank the throttle. That's it. Watch. This won't do it. This won't do it, even with all the performance modifications. So I'm gonna have to do a clutch up. I have anxiety of getting this wheel up, even even though, you know, I don't put my wheel up high, super high when I do wheelies. I don't do no 12 o'clock wheelies or nothing. But I'm telling you, this one, I've looped a wheelie before on the WR250R. And I tell you, on this bike, I have high anxiety that I'm gonna start a fire on this bike if I loop a wheelie on this and crash it. You know, this thing has got a lot of punch since I modded it. A lot of punch. So it's like I have to get used to it before I start busting wheelies on this thing, man. But my YZ is so it wheelies itself. This is just weird, man. I have to get used to it. But otherwise, it's a beautiful bike to ride. The power. Oh man, I would love to take this to a tight, twisty track. I'm telling you, that's where this bike would really, really shine. But I do plan on putting some Shinko 705 dual sport tires on here, so that I can do some, you know, act a fool off-road a little bit and be a menace out here. I'm telling you, man, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I love riding this bike. It's still at the top for me as my 2019 YZ450FX Custom Supermoto. And honestly, the new YZ450FXs are not as good, in my opinion, for a Supermoto. As my 2019, because they made some changes. They made it more like the WR450F. And they softened the suspension on the YZ450FX for the newer ones. And they made some like other changes to make it more like the WR450F, which I don't like. You know, my bike was straight up pretty much a motocross bike, but they added a 5-speed wide ratio gearbox on it, and it has the stiffer suspension, which is better for the street. Man, this thing punches. God, this thing freaking, it rips like hell though, man. Gosh, I'm telling you, man, this is like, for those of you guys looking for the most powerful Supermoto, this has to be one of them, man. I don't know of any other ones that's going to be as powerful as this sucker, man. This thing is, especially when you mod it, this thing is absolutely ridiculous. Another thing is, I forget that this thing has a freaking awesome Quickshifter on it. And because I haven't really had too many bikes that had a Quickshifter. I think my Priya Tuono had one, and shit, I think that's the only bike I ever had that had a Quickshifter on it. So I'm not used to it, so my hand just automatically starts pulling the clutch. But oh man, this thing it's a sick bike. It really is a sick bike, man. But I wish they would just get rid of the stupid electronic rider aids on it, man. It's whack, bro. I hate that about it, bro. He's gonna ride up in here. Oh, authorized vehicles only. Okay. So better not go there. That's what I love about the Supermoto. You can ride up over anything, man. Oh, that Quickshifter is sick, bro. It is sick, man. Like I said, I gotta take some time to I really haven't spent a ton of time on this bike, and really get to feel this bike out, man. It's a sick bike though, I have to say, man. I have to say overall I'm glad I got it. to share it with you guys on the channel. I love Supermotos, so it was a no-brainer. But honestly, at full MSRP at $13,000, I never would have bought it, man. Seriously. But anyways, guys, leave a comment below. What do you guys think? What do you think about what I've done to the bike, the mods? Does it sound good? Like, what's your opinion of this bike? Would you like to see me do anything else with it? Love to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure to hit thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell symbol so you get notified when my new videos release. But I release new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time.